Hey, what's going on, guys? Xuen here. So today I got a very short, simple, to the point guide talking about pet micromanaging. Now, in this guide, we're going to be talking about how to micromanage your pet with the use of macros. Now, this is super easy to do, and I see a lot of warlocks that I want to see start doing this, because a lot of warlocks, what they'll do is they'll leave their pet on passive because they're very squishy, which is very true, but with the use of clever macros, it allows you to micromanage your pet, not only gaining instant reaction and command over your pet rather than waiting on the AI to realize what you're doing. It allows you to keep your pet alive more often and be able to take advantage of the damage that they do, because they actually deal a surprising amount of damage. Not as much damage as a hunter pet, obviously, but it allows you to take advantage of more damage, especially in PvP, and that's super useful. Also, it will allow you to get in these really cool situations with things like pet stay, which will allow you to get in a triangle formation if you're 1v1ing something like a mage. That way they can't cleave down your pet, or if you're versing something like a warrior and they can't cleave down your pet, spreading yourself out away from your pet and placing them in a certain situation, like if you're using a succubus or fell hunter. And again, I'll be going over that here soon. But first, before we begin, guys, again, I have to do a shameless plug-in. If you guys do not know, I stream every single day at twitch.tv/Xuen for about 8 to 12 hours a day, and that is the best place if you ever have any questions for me. More than happy to answer. Again, I'm not reading a script, but again, more than happy to answer, and I love to meet new people, and you know, I've met some of the best friends that I could ever have on Twitch. But yeah, shameless plug-in aside, let's get started and talk about these macros. Now, I'm going to briefly go over what I just kind of said here. So what I do is I have my pet on passive, and the reason for that is because I have pet attack and pet follow macros as well as pet stay macros. And what that allows me to do is it allows me to take command of my pet rather than relying on the AI to realize what I'm doing. The AI by itself has about a 1.5 to 2 second delay before they realize what you're doing. That means once you initiate an attack and you get in combat, once you're in combat, the AI has to wait to realize, oh hey, he's attacking that target, or she, depending on who's playing, but they're attacking that target, and I need to go attack that. So having pet attack macros allows you to the first thing is to literally take instant command of your pet. So I have a pet attack into my main damaging ability. So I'm going to go attack this boar, and I'm going to hit immolate, and as you see, my Voidwalker immediately goes to go attack. That's not something that you can do if you rely on the AI. And again, these are super easy to set up, and again, they're so useful. They're just so useful, and I want to see more people doing this. Now, if you do not want to use these type of macros, what I do is by default, the shift scroll is a change. It changes the cast bar. So if I shift scroll, I have normal abilities here, shift scroll, pet attack macros. So let's go over what these pet attack macros are and how they look like, or what they look like. So let's start off with agony. Now, make sure you put /pet attack first, or the macro will not work. So /pet attack, and then enter, and then /cast, whatever the spell is. Now, if you want to cast the regular rank of whatever spell you're casting, you're going to want to actually put the actual name of the spell and its rank. So you can shift click if you want to. Now, without this, it will cast the max rank no matter what it is. So if you're also worried about forgetting to put the next rank spell on your action bar, this is another solution to that. Because if you have this, it's always going to cast whatever max rank spell that you have. Moving on. So what I do is I usually have my pet attack macros into my main damaging abilities like Shadow Bolt, Immolate, Searing Pain, Agony. I'll have it in Soulfire, Corruption, and my drain spells. Now, it's also important to have a pet follow macro just in case you want to pull your pet back. And I usually have that bound to my Razor Naga. And that is a very simple macro, it's just /pet follow. Now, here's another useful thing. So now that we've discussed pet follow and pet attack macros, well, actually, let's go a little bit more in detail to pet follow macros. Pet follow macros can also be macroed into abilities like Fear. Now, Fear is an ability that you obviously do not want to break. So I usually have pet follow in my Fear because I want my Fear to last as long as possible. If your pet attacks into Fear, it runs another risk of it breaking along with the dots that you probably already have on your target. So you don't want to have that happen. When you're fearing someone, you usually want your Fear to last as long as possible so you can dot them up, like redot, or run away if you need to. So I usually have things like Fear and Health Funnel. Health Funnel is a little bit optional. The reason why I put pet follow into Health Funnel is because normally when you're channeling Health Funnel, it's because you want your pet to come back to you, normally because you want to take advantage of something like a Voidwalker's Sacrifice, or if you want your Fell Hunter to devour magic like a Hodge or a Poly off you. You normally need him to be within a certain range. So normally when you're health funneling and your pet is getting really low, you're going to need that pet to be alive for a specific task. So that's usually why I have health funnel bound with pet follow. Again, it is optional. I don't really see mend pet being a thing for hunters with pet follow, because your pet, if you're casting mend pet as a hunter, and again, I'm going to just briefly talk about this. If you're casting mend pet as a hunter, obviously the hunter pet is doing a lot more damage than a Voidwalker or any of your demons. So you usually want to keep your pet in there, and that's why I don't really down that with mend pet. So let's go over pet stay really quick. This is probably gonna be like one of the last things we talk about. So let's say you're having a Fell Hunter or a Succubus out, and you're versing a Major Warrior, and they're chasing you. So pet stay is super useful because you can't micromanage your pet until Wrath of the Lich King to move to a specific location, so pet stay is super useful. So what you can do is you can strafe, and by default it's control 3. If you don't want to bind that, you can make a macro that just says /pet stay, all one word. So if you're strafing and you hit control 3, you can put yourself in a situation where you're kind of in a triangle formation where the warrior's chasing you or the mage is chasing you, and your pet is safe from harm. If they want to go on your pet, you're obviously going to do damage to them, but if they follow you, your pet's going to be safe, so they can do what they need to do, whether it be seduce, or dispel your poly, or dispel something like a slow or snare, or something like that with your Fell Hunter. It's super useful. So pet stay, strafing, pet stay, leave your pet over there, that way they don't get cleaved, and then you can take advantage of that. So then I'm going to hit my pet follow macro, pet's going to come right back to me. Again, super useful, guys, super useful. Remember, once again, if you want to have your pet in like next to you, again, the reason why I have 2 separate action bars is because, let's say I'm in a battleground and we're in a team fight, I obviously want to keep my pet with me rather than sending him in or constantly having to mash the pet follow macro. It's just easier to have a separate action bar. That way I don't have to worry about that, and my pet can be next to me. Because if I send it into 8 people, my pet's obviously going to die, and then I'm going to be less used to my party. So thanks again for watching, guys. Again, I stream every single day. Again, shameless plug-in, but I stream every single day at twitch.tv/Xuen. Hopefully I'll be able to see you guys there. I'm really pushing hard on the streaming. And also, I'll try to figure out how to do some more guides. This is kind of a supplement guide because I just got up my second computer, and I'm getting used to all the new setups and stuff, because I'm using a 2 PC setup right now. It's super complicated to set up, but thanks again so much for watching, guys. If you liked the video, please do that like. If it helped you out, let me know. And if you have any questions, just feel free to ask. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you want to see next. And again, I will be making a hunter version of this, so stay tuned to that. Again, it won't happen for the next few weeks because I'm really focused on getting to level 60, but hopefully this helped you out, and I will see you all in the next video, or I'll see you in the stream. Take it easy, guys, and have a wonderful day.